Welcome to video 6.2, Formatting Visuals and Reports. In this video, we'll first check out some themes. Then, over the course of this video and the next, we'll turn this into this. In particular, in this video, we'll tackle the colors. Let's get started. Open up your report from way back in video 2.4, or from Code Files Section 6, PBIX, you can open Drug Data video 6.1.pbix. First, let's try out some themes. Click Switch Theme. This will present you with all the built-in themes, plus an option to import a theme you've downloaded from the theme gallery. Stepping through the built-in themes, you'll see that they just changed the data color palette. Note that there is a colorblind safe theme. I'm not a fan of how the colors turn out for this dashboard. If you watch carefully, you'll also notice that the timeline slicer, this guy here, ignores the theme change. So, we'll stick with the default theme for now. You can also write your own theme as a JSON file and import that, say if you ever need to set up a brand theme. If you click Theme Gallery, you'll see a variety of user-generated themes. The only dark one that I could find was this Actrix planning one, and I think it's a few versions outdated as it didn't actually come in as a dark theme. So we'll have to go it on our own. Click outside the dotted border to ensure no visual is selected. Click the Format pane, Page Background, and set the color to the darkest blue. Set transparency to 0% shows through. To avoid creating chart junk, do not add an image unless you need to watermark your dashboard. Next, we'll need to increase the label contrast a bit. To start with, let's brighten the x-axis and legend in our area chart. So click the area chart to select it, click Format pane, and expand Legend. How about this one here? White, 50% darker. We don't want a legend to pop so much that it's distracting, but it needs to be legible. Now we can collapse Legend, expand x-axis, and give it the same color. Collapse that, and the same for y-axis. It's a subtle change, and you can crank it up if you like, but I wouldn't go beyond the middle gray here. You want the data marks to be the most prominent features of your page. Now we can reuse this format for a few of our charts. Click Format Painter in Clipboard, and then click on the waterfall chart. You'll see its axis and legend colors update. Click Format Painter again, and click the ribbon chart. The remaining charts are different enough, Format Painter won't help us. We'll manually recolor the text on the timeline slicer here by clicking it and opening its format pane. Expand granularity and change scale color to the 50% darker that we used on the other charts. Collapse that, expand labels, and also choose the 50% darker color. Subtle, but now we match. Next, select the company slicer and open its format pane. Expand items and choose the 50% darker color for the font color. There's a little bit more visibility there. We can now use Format Painter to copy our formatting to the next page, Tax Scenario. With the slicer still selected, click Format Painter, then click the Tax Scenario tab, and click its slicer. We also need to set the page background color. So click outside the report, Format pane, Page Background, darkest blue, and 0% transparency. Unfortunately, if we try to paint the company slicer's format to the slider, it'll become checkboxes. So let's do the slider manually. Select it, and then its format pane. Expand slicer header, and change font color to the middle gray. Next, expand numeric inputs, and change its font color to the 50% darker gray. Alright, let's go back to Baseline and grab the chart format. Click Baseline, Area Chart, and Format Painter. Tax Scenario, Area Chart. Format Painter again, Ribbon Chart. And again for the waterfall chart. Back to Baseline, select the timeline slicer, Format Painter, Tax Scenario, and then click its slicer, and you can see it copied. Well, now you have the basics of formatting reports and reusing formats. Save your work, as next video we'll clean up the labels.